Hanya dengan waktu 3 hari saja, 4 ibu kota provinsi Afghanistan berpindah alih pada kelompok Taliban yang melakukan penyerangan di wilayah tersebut. Di antaranya Geger, Kunduz, Saripur. Dan atas hal ini Kementerian Pertahanan Afghanistan menyatakan bahwa mereka mengerahkan operasi militer khusus untuk membebaskan sejumlah infrastruktur penting bagi Afghanistan. Setelah menguasai 4 ibu kota provinsi, perhatian pemberontak kini beralih pada upaya menguasai Herat di barat, Laskargah dan Kandahar di selatan.
Tried hard for Kandahar, they tried hard for Lashkargah and Helmand, and they tried hard for Herat. They weren't able to take any of those, and the first cities that they were able to take, Zaran, Shibirgan, they're considered smaller. They're not necessarily provinces that get a lot of attention, even from the government. They've always sort of been ignored. But a province like Kunduz, given its population, given its strategic location, and also the fact that they had been able to take it 2 times prior in 2015 and 2016 is, to the Taliban, it's a good propaganda. It's something that they can sell very easily.
So Kunduz is the 3rd provincial capital to fall in the past 3 days. Are the Taliban advancing quicker than expected after the withdrawal of foreign troops?
It seems that way, but the one thing we have to remember is that a lot of these advances are eventually repelled. If we see that in the next few days, Shibirgan, Zaranj, and Kunduz come back into Taliban hands, that will come back to the question that we've had all this time of how long can the Taliban hold control over an area? Yes, they can take it, For instance, when the game was mainly about districts over, the last few weeks, the districts would be taken, and then a few days or a couple weeks later, the government would say, we've retaken that district. So now the question will be, if districts were trading hands so quickly in the past, how long can they keep cities, or can they actually maintain control over these cities for extended periods of time?
The U.S. mission in Afghanistan ending just weeks from now. Taliban forces are seizing control of the country's cities at an alarming rate. The threat is so serious that the U.S. Embassy is warning Americans to get out of the country now. NBC News correspondent Kelly Kopiea has more.
Chaos on the streets of Kunduz, the bustling city of 300,000 falling to the Taliban. The police headquarters shown in this Taliban propaganda video, unverified by NBC News, apparently abandoned, a fleet of trucks left behind. It's yet another blow to the country's crumbling security forces, who've lost control of at least 3 cities since Friday. Zaranj in the southeast and Shibirgan in the north. The speed of the Taliban advance as U.S. troops withdraw has shocked the West.
The war in Afghanistan has entered a new, deadlier, and more destructive phase.
U.S. forces have provided some air cover to struggling Afghan troops, but no more than that.
The president made clear after 20 years at war, it's time for American troops to come home.
Thousands of Afghans have fled their homes, and nervous neighbors to the north, Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, are now holding military drills with Russia as fears mount that the instability could spread.
The 3rd largest city of Afghanistan is under siege, and it fears a Taliban takeover. Located in the western part of the country, Herat is home to Tajik minorities of the country. A minority which is a majority in this part of the country. Herat is almost an hour-long flight from Kabul. One can take the road as well to do the 800-plus kilometer drive, which can take up to 14 hours. But road travel is far too dangerous. The frequent kidnappings, territorial war, and the ongoing battle between Afghan government forces and the Taliban make the road trip deadly.